Once again, I would love to really appreciate everyone for being here. I think this is the third the webinar we are having in the series. Before we go into the discussion today, I would love to thank the collaborators. People that have made this possible. Starting from Ocean State University, as well also my university here, also Washington State University, for giving me the opportunity to bring this, the team of people together, as well at Farmwella and other organizations that have pitching in one way or another, whether in terms of the ideas. So today we're going to be talking about investable agribusiness. Since we announced the topic a few days ago, there have been so much interest, a lot of questions here and there. What do we mean about investable agribusiness and why this topic? I believe it's a very important topic because I was reading the post of one of our guests just a few minutes ago about lack of financial literacy among the populace in Nigeria, not just the young people. And there is need for a concerted effort on critical education that is needed, whether it's in terms of the financial terms or in terms of the business organizations or in terms of entrepreneurial skills. And I see the topic of designing your agribusiness or even any business to be investable from the beginning is very critical if we want to pursuing that idea of opening up more opportunities in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole. So having opportunity to bring people with in-depth knowledge or people that have actually put this into practice before it means a lot. And so giving our teaming youth opportunities to learn and also put their learning into practice. So I have Professor Kende, who is representing the VC of Ocean State University. Before I introduce the remaining of my guests today, I would love to recognize Professor Kende, maybe just to give like a opening remarks a little bit before we go in depth into the discussion today.
Yeah. A very good morning once again. Let me thank you for putting this together. And I want to appreciate the fact that the tempo is sustained because it's not so easy to carry on with such ideas as laudable as we have. I want to believe that one way or the other, people are picking items that would, or knowledge that would help them to start their different agribusinesses so good that is on small startup so that youths can key in very well. So I see this as an agribusiness revolution. And want to also thank you for the topic for today. I'm sure the discussion will be very stimulating. My VC sends his apology and his regards. Is unable to join us because he is participating in another state level assignment at this time. So he sends his regards and wishes us a very fine and beautiful deliberation. So I welcome everyone. Most sincerely, I welcome the panelists. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prof. I really appreciate that. I have a lot of CEOs on my panel today. I have Mr. Abiola, who is the CEO of Care, and as well as the CEO of Gidanka. He's going to maybe give a little bit introduction about himself. Let me welcome Mr. Olajide, just for a brief intro about yourself, sir.
Okay. Okay. Essentially, you've said it all. I always like to include the fact that I'm a military veteran. I served in the military before I ventured into the private sector. I've worked as well in legislation. That is one of the bits I think was not included in the bio. Worked in legislation, working with Senate Committee on banking, insurance, and other capital markets. I had a 4-year stint there. And afterwards, I was a regional manager for Nigeria's leading business process company, Console. And before venturing out into co-founding Kiakia, one of Nigeria's pioneering and leading lending-focused fintechs. And I also have a hand in the hospitality sector, whereby we develop mid-range and luxurious, fully furnished apartments in fantastic neighborhoods for short to medium-term rentals. So I would say over the last 8 years, over the last 12 years, I've essentially been into business and entrepreneurship, and founded about 4 companies that with combined revenue of over $15 million in the last 12 years. So that's just a summary of what I do.
Thank you so much. That's when you bring somebody like Mr. Ola, you can only summarize the summary of the summary. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. I also have Mr. Daniel Adeniyi. I'm sure he's going to go into details also about different things that he does. One of that is cakes, among many things. Anyway, Mr. Daniel, please go ahead.
Yes. All right. So good morning, everyone. Thanks for the invite, Mr. Cornelius. I really appreciate this. My name is Daniel Adeniyi, co-founder Giddy Cakes. I think I'll start with my journey as a salesman about 10 years ago, when I began my sales journey with one of the FMCG companies in Nigeria. And I grew from just a regular sales guy to becoming the assistant national sales manager in that company. And afterwards, I moved into a couple of things. I can't start naming them here, but eventually I ended up co-founding Giddy Cakes. Together, we've been able to grow the business from just a 2-man team to about a 13-man team as at today. And it's been an interesting journey, which I would like to share with everyone as we move on. My experience, as an entrepreneur, and how we've been able to scale up the business despite the, economic terrain that we are in. So it's a whole lot of information from all the other panelists today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I also have Ms. Aisha here with us as well. Ms. Aisha Rahim, please. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Please, of yourself.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I feel honored to be on such a, formidable panel of experts. To introduce myself, I founded Farms to You. Actually, whilst I was still living in the UK, and it was born out of a personal health issue. So it's something that I'm quite passionate about. I'm passionate about food sustainability and food security. And what we do at Farms to You is use digital solutions to better help smallholder farmers access expertise. So one of our big things is using data to help farmers make better decisions, and also using software connectivity to enable access to market services. So for instance, tractor hiring for a farmer to prepare land before planting. Prior to starting Farms to You, I had an extensive career in asset management with companies like Schroders and Royal Bank of Scotland. Being back in Nigeria, there's so many opportunities. We have Africa is the youth continent, and lots of people have mobile phones, are on social media. So there's a huge opportunity to empower the youth with digital solutions to improve the agriculture landscape. So that's a brief intro about me, why I'm doing, and I'm keen to see how this conversation goes.